Hello, welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. I'm Ranch. Today I'm going to give you the Capper Comparison Picks for UFC 262. Just a couple main card fights. We've got the fight between Shane Burgos and Edson Barboza, and then we're going to take the Capper Comparison Pick look at Katlyn Chookagian versus Viviane Araujo. I did pretty much not pretty much, but I did every other fight on the card except for the co-main and main events thus far, and these are obviously. So be sure to look in the past couple days videos and check those out. I've got a new flock of cappers. This is going to be another one of those quick ones, which people aren't complaining. They don't like to hear me ramble for an hour or 8 if I do a live stream, tipsy. But anyway, I'm gonna bang these couple out, and then tomorrow morning I plan on doing or maybe after work, I don't know. Tomorrow I gotta do the main and co-main, and then also I have to do the last looks, which did you just hear me snort there? I'm gonna think of a different name instead of last looks, because there's other people that are using last looks. I did kind of bite that. I didn't come up with that last looks. There's got to be something else, like something unique where it's only like ranges way down after post weigh downs, right? I made that word up. Weigh down. It's like a combination of the weigh-ins and stare downs meshed together. Weigh downs. So I'm gonna call it like post weigh downs. It sounds so stupid though. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna come up with some different name, not last looks, because I think like one of DFS or one of the cappers that I respect is using that last looks, and I don't want to bite him. I don't want to steal that from him. So anyway, let's get into this. Starting now, we've got featherweight fight. This may be the fight of the night. This is going to be a banger. We got Shane Burgos taking on Edson Barboza. Junior Barboza is the underdog here, plus 121. Shane Burgos, the favorite, at minus 141. Let's discuss the favorite first in Shane Burgos. He is coming off a tough loss to Josh Emmett. Josh Emmett is a powerful striker. Got definitely dynamite in those hands. I think I heard a stat from one of these cappers, like in his last, Josh Emmett's last 10 fights he's had, or 9 fights, he's had 10 knockdowns in his past 9 fights. So what's that telling you? Anyway, the only other loss Shane Burgos has is to Calvin Kattar. So, not bad, Shane Burgos. He fights out of Tiger Schulman. That's also fighting out of there is Mike Trizano, who you guys know upset Ludovic Klein, how many takedowns did Mike Trizano get? Oh, how many did Ludovic Klein get? Whatever. Anyway, Julio Ars, Lyman Good, Jimmy Rivera are also other notable names fighting out of Tiger Schulman in New Jersey. Edson Barboza, the underdog here, is 21-9. And he's 35, which is 5 years older than Shane Burgos. He is coming off a win over Makwan Americani, unanimous decision. Shane Burgos also has a win against Makwan Americani. I think that's their only, I didn't really check it out, but I think that's one of their only common opponents. And Shane Burgos knocked him out, if I remember correctly. Edson Barboza, he has fought nothing but the best. Oh man, I'm not gonna pull up his Tapology because I don't have time for that stuff right now. But I remember when I was looking through it, I should have wrote some. I don't got so much room on this paper. I can't write everything, but I did know it says fought all the best. So, and you know he has, Edson Barboza. He's fighting out of American Top Team. Oh, a ton of active people fighting out of American Top Team, all training together. You got to imagine. I mean, that facility's got to be pumping, probably 24/7. Probably got some people in there like the, extra overperformers in there. 2 in the morning, 3 o'clock. They keep weird hours. Just crazy. You never know. I mean, how are the individuals that just want to go in there and not have to compete for mat time with stars and stuff, with like a star-studded cast of athletes? Anyway, listen to just some of these people from American Top Team that have fights coming up in the next couple months. All right, we've got Claudio Silva's fighting Court McGee. What's that? Charles Rosa, Boston Strong. He's fighting Justin James. Matt Schnell's fighting on this card, as you guys all know, against Rogerio Bontorin. Dustin Poirier's fighting McGregor, as you all know, in UFC 264. Santiago Ponzinibbio is fighting Miguel Baeza. And Douglas Lima over in Bellator, I think he's fighting Marlon Moraes. Or no, I don't know who he's fighting. But anyway, he's fighting somebody in Bellator. Anyway, Edson Barboza, man, he's got potentially the best leg kicks in the entire UFC. I've heard from some of these. And like when I watch these cappers, it's not like I go back and rewatch film, like fights. I don't have time for that. That's why I watch cappers. I barely have time to watch cappers. But I like a lot of them. As they're saying this, they will show pictures, like little clippets of Barboza doing his leg kicks on multiple opponents. I forget which capper does that, but I love it. Fantastic job. Anyway, let's get into this. Starting with the favorite, Shane Burgos. We've got Manpreet, Lock of the Night. He has so many shows. Some of them are pre-taped, some of them are live streamed. He goes through the card like 3 different times. He does shows with other people. He does it by himself. He does the prop thing show. He does all sorts of shows. Anyway, the one that I watched, Manpreet took Shane Burgos by decision. Lock of the Night by decision. He did not have a good week last week. Full disclosure, he said that. Okay. Then jumping over, taking Edson Barboza. We've got James Lynch. James Lynch also does not watch tape. He doesn't have time with all the interviews he does. He makes his picks off knowledge, past knowledge, and stats that he reads off of Sheer Dog or Tapology or wherever he gets. He's just going by gut instinct, tap knowledge, and his past knowledge of the fighters. And he pretty much interviews every English-speaking fighter in UFC and Bellator, for that matter. He interviews so many fighters, this guy. Okay, also taking Shane Burgos, we have Brady, DFS by the numbers. He's saying Shane Burgos by knockout. Then we've got the Fight Night Pick brothers. Both Matt and Craig are taking Edson Barboza. Fight Night Picks. Jump back over here. From Perfect Parlay Pursuit, Luke and Dan are both on the side of Shane Burgos, but Alex is taking Edson Barboza. Okay. Then we've got, staying with Barboza, we've got Hype Check. That's Levi from Hype Check. And finally, to close it all out, we've got a new predictor. I'm not sure of his name. It's one of three names, and because I never used these guys before, but I have been subscribed to them before. I know there might be like three of them, but the guy talking, anyway, I know they're from like Australia or New Zealand, somewhere over there. I want to say Australia. They are called SE UFC Predictions. SE UFC. I'm not going to write predictions. SE UFC Predictions. They're saying Edson Barboza, 3rd round TKO. When I say they, it's only because they have a video in their archive of 3 of the guys. I remember like there's like a Carlos and a Matt or Mark. I don't know. I can't remember it but I'm like, oh, these guys sound pretty. These guys seem to. The breakdowns were pretty good. They seem to know what they're talking about. They're thorough. I enjoyed it. Anyway, the link will be in the description. Check them out. Subscribe to them. And there you have it with all the cappers on this show. There's one more. I'm sorry. UFC gambling addicts. How could I forget Leighton? I did not forget Leighton. I just watched that today too. So UFC gambling addicts, Leighton also taking Edson Barboza with his killer. Leighton says not only leg kicks, body kicks, head kicks, kicks overall. One of the best kickers in the UFC. And he thinks he's going to edge out a victory here. All right, for me, like when I was a guest on Perfect Parlay Pursuit, I'm not changing my pick. I went with Shane Burgos only because I like his stand-up. I mean, Edson Barboza, even though he has got 9 losses to great opponents, he is very close to that double-digit loss mark, and I tend to fade that. Burgos does have a little bit of advantage in the age, not much though, at 145 pounds. I like Shane Burgos though. I've been high on him. I haven't bet against him ever. I didn't. That Josh Emmett, that was a pass. I didn't bet that. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Shane Burgos here, and I think he's gonna get it done. Yeah, I don't see him finishing Barboza, so I'm gonna say by decision. This is another like I said. This one I am on the fence. I'll probably during my post weigh down. What I call it? Post weigh down show. I will probably do this on live with the chat. See what the chat has to say, and but right now, for Tapology purposes and for my parlay I put in after the show, I'm gonna take Burgos by decision. Moving on, we've got the flyweight female fight between blonde fighter Katlyn Chookagian taking on Viviane Araujo. Katlyn comes in as the slight favorite, -135. Vivi is the underdog at +115. By the way, guys, these odds are fresh off of Bet Online. Okay, Katlyn Chookagian is coming off a unanimous decision victory over Cynthia Calvillo. She fights. She used to fight out of All Star BJJ, but now she fights out of Nick Cantone MMA. She's got a 5-inch height advantage and nice volume for every strike she throws. She makes a I don't know. She makes like this little sound. I don't know. She makes this little sound every jab, and from my understanding is it really influences the judges' scores because she might not be hitting nothing but air, but they don't know because she makes that sound. Hey, that's smart fight IQ. I take it. Anyway, Vivi is coming off a win herself against Roxanne Modafferi. Now, Roxanne's one of those girls. She's kind of like a gatekeeper role. She's beat a lot of girls, but she's taken a lot of losses too. So that's Roxanne, the nerd there. Viviane Araujo is fighting out of Brazil, Cerrado MMA. She is a BJJ black belt. Beware. I think Katlyn Chookagian's a brown belt. If I'm not 100% sure with that, but I think I want to hear one of the cappers in one of these guys said that she was a brown belt. So, let's get on with these picks, starting with the favorite in Katlyn Chookagian, blonde fighter, fighting out of New Jersey, Jersey City. That's North Jersey. That's Dirty Jersey. Dirty Jersey. That's where I got a brother who lives there. Well, he lives down over in Lyndhurst. So, you know, I love North Jersey anyway. They just call it Dirty Jersey because back, you know, pollution. Anyway, blonde fighter Katlyn Chookagian. We've got Alex from Perfect Parlay Pursuit. Alex is taking Katlyn Chookagian. I mean, Katlyn, you look at their the resumes of both girls. Katlyn's got such a better fight resume. So many. She's beat them. She's beat a barrage of excellent female fighters. Okay, Vivi, the rest of the Perfect Parlay Pursuit, Luke and Dan are both taking Vivi to take this victory here. Victory for Viviane. Then we've got Fight Night picks. Both the Fight Night pick brothers, Matt and Craig, are taking Katlyn Chookagian. The new guy or guys, I don't know if it's just one guy. I don't know. I have to watch some more of their stuff. But UFC predictions. They is saying by Araujo by decision. Then we've got James Lynch taking Chookagian. Did not say method. Hype check. He said no bet here, and it's a slight lean on Araujo. It's kind of like one of those gun to head picks. So I'm gonna write no bet for Levi. They did bad last week too. Lock of the night, Manpreet taking blonde fighter. Then DFS by the numbers is saying Araujo by decision. And for the tiebreaker, we've got Leighton from UFC Gambling Addicts, and he is siding with Vivi. He's saying Viviane Araujo by UGA, UFC Gambling Addicts, by decision, edging out the capper comparison victory. However, I am not going to go against blonde fighter, the Jersey girl, with the stacked, not padded at all, stacked record. I know they're all by weak decision victories. She doesn't put people away or anything, but she gets the job done. It might be a boring air whiff fight, but at the end of it, Katlyn Chookagian's raising her arms. 15 out of the 19 times she's been in there. So, for that reason, I'm going to go with the blonde fighter. And she get it done her customary way by decision. She does have that 5-inch height advantage. I imagine that's going to come into play with some of those nice kicks. She does have some nice kicks. Araujo's path to victory would be to take it down to the ground, considering she's a black belt and Katlyn's only a brown belt. But anyway, to recap. Time check. to recap. Oh, it is past your bedtime. What do you guys?
Past 8:30?
Yes, it is. Anyway, yes. Yep. Say goodnight.
I'll see.
Huh?
I'll see.
All right. To recap, I have Shane Burgos against the capper majority. I got him winning by decision, but like I said, I'm not confident with that pick. I'm going to probably redo that again during the post weigh down show. And then I've got Katlyn Chookagian once again against the capper majority to beat Viviane Araujo. And that's going to happen by decision too. I appreciate you guys dealing with me. Gather the info. Place those bets and cash those tickets. Like I said, I appreciate you dealing with me today. Be sure to give me that thumbs up. Go ahead and put in the comments who you think are going to win these two close coin flip fights. I mean, it could go either way for both these fights, to be honest to God. I'm just going with gut. So write in the comments who you think is going to win. Feel free to share this. If you haven't subscribed, do that. Hit the bell because, like I said, sometime tomorrow, I'm going to be doing the the main and co-main events. And also, tomorrow night or Saturday morning, depending on how I'm feeling, I'm going to do the post-weigh down show, which is the show after the weigh-ins and stare-downs. Face-offs, stare-downs, all that. So, good luck on these bets, and I will see you next episode.